Bunny Tears. What's cracking, Bunny Boilers? My name is Bunny Tears. Welcome to another story time with Bunny Tears entitled Being Attacked. Now, I don't like to think that every single story I put out is about crime or violence. However, they seem to be the interesting stories in my life, so that's why I'm bringing you this today. But as always, first thing is first. This is a domination on slums. It was myself and Scott's kills. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. A new YouTuber. He's pretty good. Check him out. But yeah, so that's what you're watching. It was a pretty good game. KD was okay. It was like 2.5. But more importantly, we won. That's all that matters. We won. But onto the story. Essentially, this time period where this attack happened was before my mass mugging story. So it was before I had earned the respect of the people from my area. So there was this one guy from my area who just constantly gave me hassle. He just actively did not like me. I'm not sure why, but he just didn't. He didn't like me. So what happened was, myself and a friend of mine were walking down just past his house towards a train station. I don't know where we were going, but we were heading towards this train station, and it's two of us, and we happened to see in front of us the guy from my area who hates me and one of his friends. Now what happened was, he came up to us, started giving us hassle, wanting to fight us pretty much, and we wanted none of it. We didn't want to fight this kid. So we're just trying to get past him, trying to get to the train station, trying to basically avoid this confrontation at all costs, but we can't get away from him. All I remember is, I went from not wanting to have a fight with this guy at all, to seeing him punch my friend in the face, and my friend spit blood on the floor, and immediately my attitude towards that fight changed. I thought, okay, this is happening. So after he'd done this and my friend started spitting blood on the floor, him and his friend turned around and went to walk away. I see this happen. Immediately in my head I'm thinking, he has hurt my friend. He has seriously hurt my friend. So I chase after him and I say, oh, okay, so you want to fight? Come on then, let's fight. Before I can even finish the sentence, this guy throws a huge, crazy right hook. I put up my left arm, he hits my arm, no damage done whatsoever. While he's just hit my arm, I then hit him in the face with my right hand. Just straight in the face and cut his lip open. Then we kind of get into like a grappling match of some kind. He grabs me, I grab him, and it ends up I have him in like a, the hell is it called? A headlock. So kind of like a guillotine choke for you MMA fans, but I've just got him in a headlock and I'm holding him there. And then he kind of just starts saying, let go of me, let go of me. So I say to him, okay, I'll let go of you so long as you don't try and hit me. So he was like, okay, I won't. So I let go. He stands up and just looks at me with this look of pure hate, and that's when I see that his lip is split open. So I was a bit like, oh shit. But it kind of fizzled out from there. We ended up walking off, and then eventually they stopped hassling us, and that was the last I thought about it. Then, this is where shit gets real. Maybe a month later, I am walking home from my local sports center. I was there literally playing squash. That's how gangster I am. I was playing squash at this sports center down the road. As I'm walking back, it's nighttime. I have my hoodie on, it's raining, so I have my hood up, and I'm walking, and I notice a group of about 15 lads to my left, but that's always happening in the area, so I completely ignore it, and just carry on walking, as if I didn't even see anything. And as I'm walking, I just suddenly get kind of the temptation to look at these group of lads. I have no idea why, but I just kind of take a glaze to the left, and I see, not the guy whose lip I split, but his friend who was there at the exact same time. He's in this group of 15 guys. The exact same time I look to my left to look at this group, he looks to his right to look at me. He recognizes me, and immediately he starts screaming. He's like, that's the guy that split, I don't want to say his names. That's the guy who split Jay's lip. That's him. That's the guy. That's the guy. I just keep walking. There's a shop nearby, so I think, right, I'll just go in the shop to avoid this. I'm walking towards this shop, and the guy's friend and some other little kid from the area both stand in front of me. Now, they're both smaller than me. So I pretty much just lean back a little bit and say, right, get the fuck out of my way. Now. And just as I'm saying that, I feel from the side, just boom! Someone just smacks me straight in the face. I hit the floor hard. All I remember from being on the floor was... It was weird. I'm not sure if I was knocked out or not, because I remember everything that was happening, but it was very strange. So I'll try and describe it the best I can. So I'm there on the floor, basically in like a crouched position. My hands are on the floor, my feet are on the floor, and I'm looking at the floor. And all I can see is the front of a Converse shoe is like right in my face, and then it disappears. And then it's there again, and then it disappears, and then it's there again. And all I can feel while I see this shoe disappearing and reappearing is like the feel as if someone was pushing like a piece of cloth against my face. I could just feel the texture of clothing or something like on my cheek. So I'm sitting there a bit like, what the fuck is going on here? And I realize once I've hit the floor, this guy's just started kicking me in the face. So as soon as I realize that, I jump up and I run straight into that shop. These guys chase me in, and the guy behind the counter basically just goes, "Get the fuck out!" So they all run, and I'm stuck there in this shop, just so confused as to what just happened. And they were like, considering it was nighttime, there were a lot of people in this shop. So they all kind of crowd around like, what was that? And I was just a bit like, I have no fucking idea what just happened. All I remember is they call an ambulance. I didn't think I needed it. I felt fine. Then an ambulance pulls up, I get into it. Because I only live down the road, my mum and my little sister actually come to the ambulance to see me. And immediately as they see me, my little sister just bursts out crying. I was a bit like, oh, what's wrong? It wasn't that bad, it's fine. And then the ambulance man hands me a mirror, and he says, now, do you notice anything that looks a bit different to how it usually looks? I look in this mirror. My face is about 2 times the size it usually is. I look fucked. Absolutely fucked. So I'm looking in this mirror and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, my face is fucked. My face is absolutely fucked. And then they take me to the hospital. I sit there for... Actually, no, that's not what happened. They said to me, if you start feeling sick, you might have a concussion, so go to the hospital. So we went home. I started feeling sick, so we went to the hospital. We waited in the hospital for 8 hours. 8 hours sitting in a hospital waiting room being told that I could have a concussion. I fall asleep in the waiting room. I wake up. I don't feel sick anymore, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Let's go home. We go home. The next day, I go to school, and I think I went to school the next day. I'm pretty sure I did. The swelling went down, but I had a fat fucking black eye. I looked like a thug, which didn't help people's opinion of me at the school, because they already thought I was a commoner from a rough area. So when I came in with black eyes and shit, they were a bit like, oh, okay, yeah, well, okay, yeah, okay. We know what kind of person you are. Well done, we know. So I was a bit pissed off about that, and then later on, I say later on, a couple of weeks later, just when the black eye had faded, just when I was getting back into the swing of things, I'm outside the exact same shop where I was attacked by these 15 guys. And, after, I don't know, it didn't really affect me. Even though one of them was kicking me in the face and the rest of them were just generally kicking me, I didn't get that emotionally affected by it. I was a bit like, oh, well, shit happens. But outside this shop, I'm standing there, and one of the guys from the group who stood in front of me in the shopway and blocked me in is on a bike with his friend. They're both on the same bike, it was like something out of fucking E.T. They're both on the same bike. I see them, and boom, I go into rage. Like, they pretty much ride past really slowly. One of them says, oh, look, that's the guy we beat up the other day. And I go into rage, and I fucking chase these kids on this bike. And I've never seen 2 kids on a bike, one on the handlebars of the bike, go so fucking fast in my life. They were gonna take off. It was literally like E.T. But yeah, that's the story for today. That's pretty much it. Any period in my life, tell me, and I'll tell you a story from that period. But apart from that, boys and girls, buddy out, bitches. What's cracking, bunny boilers? My name is Bunny Tears.